Hello BookTube, this is another started video. So I've been mentioning recently that my wife, who's Vietnamese and speaks English as a second language, has been going through and reading the children's classics as a way to entertain herself and to practice her English. And as I've mentioned in previous videos, I've made the decision to go through and reread these books with her. So adding some more children's literature to this channel. So Charlotte's Web was the one I just finished off. And next is Charlie in the Chocolate Factory, which my wife has just finished reading, really enjoyed. She's currently reading Charlie and the Great Glass Elevator, which I think she's enjoying even more. She keeps telling me about all the parts that are really funny. And I've not read these books since childhood myself, so I'm going to continue on with this one. Uh, yeah, these, I was thinking, I've started doing these started videos where I make a video when I start a book, and then check in on the weekly reading vlogs, and then make a video when I finish the book. And that is probably self-indulgent, whichever way you cut it, but it's somewhat more justifiable when you're working through a big book that's going to take me several weeks. It seems a little bit silly when you're doing a book that you're going to finish off in a few hours. I think Charlotte's Web took me a day and a half, but I could easily have read it in a day if I had just pushed myself on that. So I expect this one will take me similarly a day and a half. It's only 180 pages, big print, lots of pictures. Um, so yeah, admittedly, I do feel a little bit silly making these started videos now when I'm just going to come back with a review in a couple days, probably. But here we are. This is a custom I've started on this channel, a habit, a routine, if you will. So I'm gonna make a video anyways, I guess. So Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Charlotte's Web. I said was a video that I said in my video was a book that everybody had read in elementary school. I'm fairly sure the same thing is true with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, if not more so. In my case, as with Charlotte's Web, actually, I know that this was definitely read to me in elementary school. So during story time, the teacher would read it to us. I'm not actually sure if I ever actually read it myself, like going over the words with my own eyes. I don't remember. But I definitely remember hearing the teacher read it to us. And as with Charlotte's Web, I want to say that it was read to us more than once. So, like the first grade teacher read it to us, and then the second grade teacher also read it again to us, something like that. I want to say that this was read to me multiple times in elementary school, although I don't clearly remember, but it was definitely read to us at least once in elementary school. And then, of course, there are the movies. The famous Gene Wilder one, which I'm just going off of the top of my head here, but it had a different title, didn't it? I think the Gene Wilder movie was called Willy Wonka in the Chocolate Factory instead of Charlie in the Chocolate Factory. Double check that on Wikipedia if you want. And that was shown to us in school. And again, I want to say maybe more than once over the course of elementary school. And then there was the Johnny Depp one, which, when did that come out? Early 2000s, 2004, 2005, which I saw once and was pretty universally hated, wasn't it? Although I didn't hate it, I thought it was watchable enough. I'm not sure it was a classic or anything, but I saw it in the theaters when it came out and thought it was entertaining enough. I don't think I've seen it since. So yeah, this is another book where I definitely know the plot, and I think maybe thanks maybe to the movies keeping the plot of this book fresh in my mind. I remember what happens to the four spoiled kids, rather vividly, or at least I think I do. We'll see how my memory stacks up once I get back into the book. But I don't remember any of the little things. And if there's anything in here that's different from the movie or significantly different from the movie, that might be another thing that my memories have not preserved over time as well. So I'll come back with a review of this whenever I finish it, which could be in a couple days or something. But my usual system actually is I I've been trying to do the YouTube video after I finish typing up the written review on the blog. And typing up the written review can take a while. In fact, I for Charlotte's Web, I think I spent more time typing up my written review than I did reading the book, which had me questioning the wisdom of my whole system briefly. But at this point, I've been doing these written reviews on the blog since 2006. It's an ingrained habit. To adjust it is going to require some contemplation on my part. It's not something I'm going to change overnight. Um, Even though, yeah, it works fine when you're doing Don Quixote, which is a book it took me a long time to get through. But when you're doing these short little books that you can just read off in a few hours, um, then it does make me think about how much time I'm spending reviewing these books versus how much time I spend actually enjoying reading them. But be that as it may, that's my own personal problem. I won't bore you by rambling on about that. Yeah, why don't I just stop the video here? I've clearly run out of relevant things to say. So, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, be back with a review at some point.